Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast where we hope you're ready to have some big fun. I'm your cadet. With me, as always, is my delightful friend. Get it?
Hello!
Hello, and yes, it has been quite some time since our Easter special, but we are human. Things come up, and schedules do become filled with adult responsibilities. So we will be posting at least 3 episodes for this month to catch up before Garrett and I officially go on our traditional Tahoe summer holiday.
Yay!
Yay! Cannot come soon enough, honestly.
I know. Oh my god.
And yes,
So
I
excited.
know I sound like I'm in a cave, but I am in the process of moving. There's nothing in this home, and I have nowhere else to go. So yes, I will be sounding like a troll coming from a cave.
It's okay.
But since it has been quite some time, let us dip our toes back into the podcast routine by answering 3 playful questions as a warm up exercise.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with an easy one. If you could have one impractical power, what would it be and why?
Ooh, okay. Impractical? Okay.
So basically, kind of, we'll say like a useless power, like.
See, if I could have any power, it would be teleporting, but like, if I had to have a useless power, stretchy fingers. Or like stretchy limbs. Is that useless?
Stretchy fingers?
I want to stretch.
If it's just your fingers, I guess that's a bit impractical because,
Yeah, my fingers. If like they're stretchy and like I could like stretch my finger out, like I wouldn't have to get out of bed and I could just like use my finger to grab stuff. I think that's the creepiest thing I've ever said.
I guess that's not impractical for you, but I guess like for society, yeah.
Yeah. Because like imagine then having, by the way, to type or like write with like loose fingers.
You just have like extended sausage fingers, just
like it's so like they bend every time I push something. They like out of place. All these other things get, and you're like, oh, great.
I mean, I can't really argue with that. Is a pretty impractical. I just was not expecting stretchy fingers. I think mine would. I kept going back and forth with mine. My original thought was like having a tail.
But you know what?
No, you have stretchy fingers. Haha. I originally thought, why not a tail? Because that would be more practical for me. But then I thought, what if I had the power to change my hairstyle anytime?
Ooh.
Because, I go back and forth a lot with like, do I want to cut my hair again? Do I want to color it? And then sometimes I get so hot, I'm like, I want to go bald for like a day. So I feel like that'd be like and like I could change my style. Like if I'm going to a concert and I want, like, I don't know, a mullet, why not? Like, and then like the next day I can change it back to something normal. Like,
I like that. See, that's cool. I'm mad now that I chose stretchy fingers over a fucking tail. Are you kidding me? People could know if I'm happy or sad or not. What?
That is true.
Good lord. I always wanted a tail. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I mean, technically we did have tails many eons ago.
Many years ago, but not anymore. Which
now we just have a permanent indent of where it used to be.
I'm gonna cry. I want my tail back, bro. Give me my tail back.
This is an interesting one. So, if we both got arrested, what would people assume we did?
Ooh, we broke in somewhere.
Okay, that was really quick. I don't know if but I was kind of thinking the same, but in a sense that you and I like to wander off together, and when it's the two of us, it's really bad.
Yeah.
We need supervision sometimes. So my thought was we go on an adventure and we get into a restricted area that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
And then we get caught and like we like find something that we weren't supposed to, and then the next thing we know, the government's there.
Yeah. That was kind of my thinking, was that we'd probably go somewhere where we weren't supposed to by accident.
Yeah, or like, oh, I wonder where this goes, and we just mentally ignore all the signs because we're too invested in what's out there.
Exactly.
Because we're not like, but like we were never like bad kids like that.
No.
Like, I mean, only one of us is banned from a store, but I'm just saying.
You know what? Don't judge me on my ban from the store, okay? You know what? That was I didn't mean to get banned.
You know that also reminds me of too?
What?
That one time we were driving to a convention and I got pulled over.
Oh my god, yeah.
And there's only a few people that know that story because I'm very embarrassed by it just because the context of what happened. But
yeah,
I can guarantee you if like that when we go somewhere this summer, if I told my mom, hey, we got pulled over, and she's gonna be like, the Sacramento thing again? Like we talk about that to this day all the time.
Yeah, that would honestly, that would be something that would happen to us, where we would, if we did ever get pulled over again, it would be for that.
I'm gonna sorry, I might as well say it too. I was gonna save it for next week's topic with conventions, but it kind of goes with the theme of like arrested / warning. So
Yeah.
when I used to also live in California, we went to Sac Anime a lot, and I would drive us to Sacramento to the convention, and we were trying to get to this parking lot for the first time. And in my defense, I'm going to blame technology here. My GPS told me to go down this road. Well, I'm not familiar with the area because I don't live in Sacramento. Apparently, it was a one way. And I didn't know that. So all of a sudden, two officers on bikes are zooming down to us, yelling, "Halt! Halt!" thinking that we're trying to like do something wrong. And I'm freaking out. You're freaking out. And they ask us to pull over to this parking lot, which I think was a church parking lot. I cannot remember.
Yeah.
So, and remind you, this is my first time ever being pulled over. I've like never been pulled over before. So I'm already frozen in my seat. And here's the worst part of the story. We're dressed up for the convention. Which you would think, oh, they're probably used to that. No. Garrett's in his outfit. It's a pretty normal outfit.
No, wait. I mean, I guess I was in a
considering my situation, it's normal.
Yeah. I was just a fucking lemur.
Which checks out, honestly, if you know. I'm halfway in my cosplay. I have my contacts in, my makeup's halfway done, but I am in my wig cap with no wig on. So I look completely bald. I look insane. And the officer comes to the window and I'm like, hello? Good day. And he's like, do you know why we stopped you? And I'm like, I'm shaking my head like, and he says, you went down one way. And I start pleading my case. My GPS told me to go this way. I'm not from this area. We're just trying to get to Sac Anime, sir. And he looks at us, and it doesn't help. Garrett, I love you, buddy, but you looked like you were on something. You were shaky. Your eyes were wide. I asked you to hand me my registration, and your hands are shaking to open the drawer. And I'm like, Garrett, open the freaking drawer. You're making us look bad. So we finally get everything done. He says, hey, we're just going to give you a warning. You don't have a record. And it was an awesome mistake. So they were very, very nice considering. But it's just a situation. And of course, it happened to us. I think it was also day one of SAC anime that year. Which, we started off with a bang. That was great.
Wonderful.
But, yeah, I have a feeling that would happen again, though.
Oh, yeah. No, it absolutely would. I think that's why we should not be allowed to drive in big cities.
I always tell people I will be the best passenger princess. I will buy your gas, your snacks, your meals, but for the love of God, do not ask me to drive in cities.
Yeah.
Please. No.
We would be so bad, honestly.
The problem is I'm aggressive with my voice, but not with physically driving.
Yeah.
I'm not an aggressive driver. I'm more of I talk behind the wheel type of person.
Yeah. And that's okay, It's okay to be that person. It's just really funny.
Yeah.
That of all people to happen to, it's us. Of course it's us.
And my first thought is, oh my god, if they ask us to get out of the car and we look like this,
we'd be nuts.
Again, I'm sure they're used to it. SAC anime is a very popular convention in California, but still, it's just first time getting pulled over. We're in high school. We're in a city we don't know. We visit before, but we're not from the area.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, love of God, please don't let me get out of this car, sir. Please. I don't know where my wig is. It's somewhere in the back seat. I just threw it back there.
Let me go.
Oh my god. Remember I had that prop with the human skulls and stuff in the back?
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't look back there and ask me to get out. Oh my gosh.
We would have been fucked. We really would have been.
But I think he could tell that we were well, he obviously saw my license, so he knew how old I was, but he was very, very nice. I think he was just kind of surprised seeing this car going down a one-way, la la la, here we are. Because we were not cruising as in fast, but we were just oh, we made it. Ah.
Yeah, and then he's like, no.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought they were in cosplay as well. Until I saw the gun around their waist. I'm like, oh, these are real cops. They're telling us to pull over.
Oh shit, we need to pull over.
I don't know.
Right now.
It's very hard when you're in a convention area, who's real and who's in costume. You never know. But they were very real, but they were also very, very sweet and kind.
Yeah, they were very nice to us, especially since we were definitely young and dressed like nuts.
I just hate that I was in my wig cap. I was bald. My face was snatched back with tape. Just
oh my god! And then we had planned to do all that stuff when we got there, or in the parking garage and everything. Oh my god! Oh, those poor police officers, by the way. Jesus.
You know what though? We gave them a nice story. So maybe if they're ever listening, hi guys.
Hey, hello.
Thank you for just giving me the warning, because now I have a clean record.
Exactly.
If you could be an animal for a day, what would you choose and why?
Okay. So I think my answer is, I think the most obvious of them all.
Wolf?
I'd be a dog. Yeah.
Oh.
Woof? I'd be a woof. Yeah.
Because I was thinking of a Balto and
yeah.
stuff.
But I think a dog would be, I'd be inside where it's cold. Well, I guess, never mind. You know what? I'm a fucking idiot. I'd be a dog. There's a lot more species of dog than there are wolves. And it's I'd be happy with any species of dog, but I wouldn't be happy with every species of wolf.
You just want a tail, okay?
I do! Don't judge me
you just
and
want a
my
tail.
tail thing. Okay? I miss the tail. Why
You
did we
never had it.
unevolve?
Not even your ancestors had it.
Why did we devolve the tail? Can we get it back somehow?
I don't know.
You know what? If we had one of those like giant fucking kangaroo tails, I would be able to balance better.
Ooh, that is true. Also, you could like recline on it when you're tired.
Exactly.
Ooh.
So like, why not?
You just want to tell though. Let's be. You just okay.
Don't get me started.
I went back and forth with this one too because it's like asking what's your favorite animal. I don't know all of them.
Yeah.
But I think I would like to be a jellyfish.
Really?
I I think it would be so nice to be able to like turn off my brain for a day.
Yeah.
I think it would.
I'm gonna change my answer here because of this.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Once I start talking, someone changes their answer.
I'm gonna be a bird. I want to be a bird.
What kind of bird?
Parrot?
Seagull?
No. Do not get me started on the fucking seagulls. I'd be a parrot. I love parrots. I hate learning about the seagulls, even though that's probably what I'm gonna be working with. That and parrots. But I've learned a lot about parrots recently, due to my schooling. I'm on the aviation portion. They are so interesting. And I don't know, being able to fly sounds nice.
And look, you also have a tail.
Yeah, a different kind of tail, but like,
yeah, that's true.
You know, as long as I'm not a seagull, I'd be happy.
But if you're a seagull, we could like spend the day together.
Yeah. Anyways, you would be a jellyfish, and why?
I think it would just be really nice to have a day where my brain could have a break and I would give it a break.
Yeah.
Also, since I'm so scared of venturing out into the ocean, I think it'd be quite nice to see how far I could go.
Yeah.
In terms of like down and like all like traveling and like just floating around. And I get to see so many species of animals and coral. I think it would just be nice I mean, we've all had that little fantasy of, I wish I was floating somewhere right now. I feel like it would just be so nice to be bubbling around this wee.
Exactly. Agreed on that one.
That and I've watched so much SpongeBob, like I love the jellyfish. I feel like I would want to start a jellyfish raid, like get it going.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you for that one. That I would be jellyfish together.
Can you imagine? There's a bunch of marine biologists down there doing like I don't know, like a mission, and they just see two jellyfish head banging and just
exactly. We'd be a nuisance to them. They'd hate us for sure.
I think they would want to take us back to study us.
Oh no.
Oh, those poor people.
I know.
Now, since it has been so long since we have talked, I am very, very excited to get into some real talk with you.
Yes.
Now, I don't know how up to date you are with things, but it is turning out to be the year of horror movies.
Yes.
Now, I haven't fit all the posters on here, obviously, because there's just too many to put on here. But I put up the most anticipated ones that we can kind of talk about.
Okay.
Some of them have already come out, and some are about to come out, and some are not coming out till further in the future. But I thought we could kind of briefly talk about the ones that are most anticipated.
Yes.
Or at least that I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to think like if we could like should go in order, but I don't quite remember obviously, Scream 7 came out.
Yeah.
That came out, I think, January or February. The Bone Temple came out 28 years later one.
Yeah.
I think The Mummy just came out this week.
Yeah.
And then
I think
Hokum.
So did that first one?
Yeah, Hokum. Yeah, that one just came out.
Yeah.
And I think Ready or Not 2 also just came out. So I think the only ones we're waiting on is Psycho Killer, The Strangers, Chapter 3, Passenger, Resident Evil, The Backrooms, and Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I am most excited for The Backrooms and Passenger.
I think anyone who's been around long enough on YouTube, we're about to reveal our age a little bit, remembers the Backroom videos.
They were so crazy. And then, like, people have made games based off of them. Like, oh gosh, what is it? It just recently had an update. If you know anything about this game in particular.
I think I saw someone recently play it because I was not going to play it.
Oh gosh, what is it? Oh no, I'm disappointing all my gamer friends. Because it is not coming to me. I'm
sure they know what it is, but I know what it is, but I don't know the name.
Yeah.
But if you know, you know.
If you know, you know what it is, and it's a game basically based off of the Backrooms.
So I'm very interested to see if they're gonna take any of the game elements too. I'm very interested to see how they're basing this phenomenon. Like, because you don't really get much in the YouTube videos of the Backrooms.
Yeah.
You know, there's like the whole point is that there's supposedly nothing there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think like what direction they're gonna go in, but judging by the trailer, I kind of like that they don't give us a lot.
Yeah.
Like it makes you want to go see what it's gonna be. But I know a lot of people who have no information on like the Backrooms lore. A lot of people were kind of like, "What is this movie supposed to be?"
Exactly. I mean, I think you had to have been online to know what the Backrooms are, and it's kind of like liminal space.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of more what the Backrooms are. It's oh, I just remembered the game. Lethal
Scared
Company.
Me. Oh my gosh.
Sorry. So sorry. Lethal Company. That's kind of, it's roughly based on the Backrooms, and it's almost like a maze of hallways, the Backrooms themselves, and there's like a creature or something, I don't know, it kind of that lurks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, some people interpret it in different ways where it's like it's chasing you, or I think the scariest one that I've seen is that it's watching you rather than chasing you. It's,
to me,
you see it from the corner of your eyes, and it feels real, and this time it is, and it's there, and it's lurking, and like the darkest corners you'll turn, and maybe you'll see like a head duck away from, behind a corner or behind a wall. That's terrifying.
I think that's a lot scarier. It could be a hot take too. A lot scarier than having something chasing you.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously there. You know it's there. It probably knows you know it's there, but it makes no move to like come at you. It just continues to lurk behind you.
Yeah, because what is it doing? Eventually, it's like when you can't see it, maybe it's getting closer. Maybe it is coming after you and you just don't know it. Is it all in your head, or is it real? you never know. And I think that's the scariest part about the back rooms, is that it is twists and turns of mazes. You can never get out, and you never know what's going to be in there.
Exactly.
What are you dealing with? And I think the most exciting part about this is seeing the direction that they're going to go with this, their interpretation of the back rooms. And this company that is making it is very well known for how good their movies are. So is Blumhouse. Love Blumhouse. But this is A24.
Yeah, they're also very known for taking the most bizarre or like kind of out there movies, and they kind of don't care about like popularity, I should say.
Yeah. What was like that one movie that they did with the hand, and that you touch the hand, and I don't remember what that was called, but
Talk to Me?
Yeah. That one? My God. It seemed very creative. I've never seen the movie, but I've seen all the trailers. You can't trust me to see all the movies because
that's why I'm here, guys. We'll definitely have to watch that one this summer because I don't know you haven't seen that one. So, fun fact about that movie too: A24 actually picked up that movie when it was being shown at a film festival.
Really?
I think, I could be wrong. I don't know too much about it. I don't know if it was a short film and became like a full-length film. I'm not really sure. I just know that it was in a festival, and then A24 picked it up and made it like a full movie.
Yeah.
So that will be a very interesting one to see. They have a lot of pretty good movies, so I'm very excited to see what they do with that.
Yeah.
The one that I don't know the word to describe it. I'm not excited to see it. It's a movie I don't know if I could go see in the movies because of how scared I am of it.
Which one is it?
I believe it's pronounced Hokum, the first picture right there with Adam Scott.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, so I forgot what I was doing. I think I was watching something on YouTube and an ad came on. And I was a bit distracted. But I looked over because it was very silent for a while, and I didn't realize it was a trailer. But it was for something I'd never seen before, so I'm like, okay, you caught my attention, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I still, to this day, cannot get through the trailer.
Ooh.
It scared me so bad. So I don't know if I could go see it.
See, I've never seen the trailer for this movie.
I was gonna pull it up for you, but one, I don't know if copyright, and two, I don't know if I can see it again. I've never seen a trailer have so many grotesque and jump scares in my life.
Ooh, really?
There is one particular scene, if people have seen it, you know. It has to do with a rabbit. And if you know, you know. But once that came on,
want to look it up while we're here on my phone. Just to see.
I mean, you can if you want, but
I won't make you watch it. I know.
I just remember like screaming out loud, and I didn't mean to. I was like, I don't know if I could see this like in person, because I think the last movie I fully screamed out loud by accident was The Last Conjuring.
Really?
There was a specific scene, and I don't remember which one it was, that caught me so off guard that a scream just popped out. I couldn't help it.
Oh my God.
But I didn't feel bad because the girl next to me also screamed. I don't know if I made her scream or what, but I can't help it.
I don't, and can you hear it, or?
No, I can't hear it.
Okay, good.
You're fine.
Ooh. Ew. What the? What's with the eyes on that statue? Oh my God. This looks creepy.
I know.
Can't see him. Pure nightmare fuel. I fucking bet. Yeah. Ew. Why do we keep showing the goat? Or a ram or whatever it is. Ooh. Ew, rabbit!
I told you. I told
Is that
you.
a woman? Or what is it?
It's an abomination. It needs to burn. It needs to die.
Okay. That's creepy. That's like a movie we should rent and watch together, but like
yeah, I'm not watching that by myself. Are you kidding me? Are you joking?
That I would watch that by myself. I don't know. I don't get scared easy anymore.
So. I do. I think I'm getting worse with my age. I don't know.
I used to be so bad when I was younger. Like you couldn't get me to watch anything that was scary. Like I loved Ghost Adventures, but I would always close my eyes at like the recreations of the ghosts.
I would have to skip the intro every time.
I was so terrified. I'm better now. Nothing really scares me anymore. I remember when I was moving, I actually in the background started just listening to Ghost Adventures. But my first starter horror movie was Lights Out. That one about like if you turn out the lights, the woman is there, and like. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, I did.
It was such a good movie.
We watched it together.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had the DVD.
You said, "Oh, it's not so bad."
It really wasn't.
Proceeds to turn every light off and close the window curtains.
It's not so bad. Let's put ourselves in the dark. Like, what was wrong with me? And then like that got me really super into like the horror movie scene, and like I don't regret it to this day. Never make me regret it.
I think the only movie on this list that I've seen nothing for in terms of like advertisement or trailers is Psycho Killer.
Yeah. It seems interesting though. We both know how I like my my slasher movies, and I think I don't know. Maybe I've seen something. I should look it up because
so I found the synopsis for it because I have no idea what it's even about. It says a motorway patrol officer sets out to find the man responsible for the brutal murder of her husband. Her quest leads her to a sadistic serial killer whose mental depravity and sinister agenda is more twisted than anyone could have ever imagined. So that's comforting.
I'm watching the trailer right now.
I just saw a screenshot.
Holy crap.
You know what it's giving?
What?
It's giving The Grabber meets Armageddon.
That and like oh God, what's that one that we watched? Because this is
it also looks like The Collector a bit.
Okay, so it's the theme is basically satanic slasher.
I mean, look at this. Tell me this does not look like.
Okay, don't.
The mask is reminding me of the killer from Bloody Valentine, but also the mask from kind of like In the Violent Nature.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
And then the torso is giving me Kylo Ren meets the Grabber. The hair is giving me Manson, and then the Dynamite is just giving me deranged, like Joker. So
yeah. Holy crap. This is, I think, one that we have to see. This one seems very interesting.
I mean, if you just show me this image, I'm intrigued already. Look at this background. Where are we? Are we at NASA? This is not normal.
It's like a research center or something.
He has bombs attached to him.
I wonder if he maybe because he's very satanic in nature. I'm wondering if it's that maybe he isn't like entirely human.
Maybe, I don't know. He does have the symbol on his chest, so
yeah. And like maybe he was born in like this is so classic, but like born in a lab, and he's getting revenge. Because that's what it seems like. Is that he's a violent killer on the path to revenge.
I'm so lost.
Me too.
I'm so lost. I've already seen Scream 7, and you already know my opinions about the Scream franchise. So I watched it with my parents finally. I kind of gave into the whole, don't judge a movie by its cast and storyline. I was right. And the minute I knew I was right is when my parents confirmed my fears.
Oh boy.
Like, the worst part is, this is the worst thing they could have done to me. They made the beginning good, and then it just dragged and dragged. And then you get to the reveal, and I feel like I just got slapped in the face by a fish. I don't know why we needed to make another Scream. Like,
it really wasn't that good.
And then my mom and I got into a debate. She thinks the one before this one, the New York one, is worse than this one. And I said, I think this one is kind of up there with that one too. So
honestly, yeah, agreed.
it was just a bit of a letdown since it's supposedly the last one.
Yeah.
I think the best thing that came out of it was the song by Ice Nine Kills, if I'm being honest. But other than that, there's just a lot of holes. And I don't know. I feel like I felt kind of disappointed a bit.
Like,
which is very sad to say, because this is one of my favorite franchises. But again, that's why I always say you cannot continue certain franchises.
Yeah.
And this is one of them, unfortunately. I feel like it should have got left alone.
Yeah. I think it doesn't need to be messed with. It was good how it was. Let's just leave it alone. Just wait till Scream 8 comes out. We all know that they're going to do another one. They're going to keep building off of it. I'm just waiting till they start trying to make another Michael Myers movie.
I don't know how. Spoiler alert, that guy got thrown into that one machine.
Yeah, but,
he is literally ground beef.
Yeah. But it don't matter. They'll figure out how to bring him back.
He always comes back.
It's like how they figured out a way to bring Art back, like the Terrifier clown.
But he's definitely not human. We've known this.
I don't know this because I still haven't seen the other Terrifier movies.
Yeah, we'll get to that this summer. That's a
I
whole
knew he
nother
wasn't gonna be human because I've met the director and the actor. It's the same guy. And he made it clear that like at this convention that he wasn't going to be human. He sent them, but he's definitely not human.
Well, no, I mean he got what? No, he didn't get shot in the face. He got what did he do?
He got ran over by a car.
Yeah, and he did get injured a lot, but like even after that, it's like
yeah, but he was dead on arrival, and then somehow he came back to life at the morgue. Like he was already at the morgue. Like they already checked him out.
Now, if we're talking about franchises though too, one franchise that has not disappointed is Evil Dead. I am very excited for Evil Dead Burn. I had no idea this was coming out. I got completely lopsided when I saw the trailer yesterday. I thought it was fake at first. I really didn't know it was happening. So I'm very excited to see what they do with that one.
Yes.
I'm energized. I'm ready. Probably gonna puke, but I'm ready for it. Now, Resident Evil, I was not a huge Resident Evil like fan. Just because you know how I am with like zombies and stuff like that. Like viruses taking over and blah. But I will say the Resident Evil games have won me over quite a lot.
Yeah.
And when I saw the trailer for it, I was actually quite enthralled.
Yeah.
Because I could be wrong. Again, I'm not that knowledgeable in this fan base. I believe this one's based on one of the games.
Oh, really?
Again, don't quote me. Don't come after me. I believe it's after one of the games. I'm not completely sure. But when I saw the trailer, I was very intrigued. So I'll just say that.
I'm not a fan about the viruses or whatever either, but like it seems interesting enough for me to like sit down and see it.
Yeah. Again, we both are really into that kind of genre, but I'm guessing you haven't seen any of the 28 Days Later, 28 Years Later films?
No.
So I don't know if you'd like it. I just watched the newest one, which was The Bone Temple.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. It's shot very well. I will say the cinematography is beautiful.
Yeah.
The character interactions are done quite nicely. The action shots are done nice. It's just not my type of film.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it. It's not like a bad movie, but it's one of those I wouldn't really want to watch again just because again, it's not the first movie I would pick up.
Yeah.
It was not a bad movie by any means. If someone wanted to watch it, like I've never seen this one, I would watch it no problem. It's just not one of those movies that I can keep watching over and over.
Yeah.
If that kind of makes sense. Like
yeah, it does.
Like the Ready or Not franchise, I could, watch that over and over again. My mom loves those movies.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second one yet. We both haven't, but I'm sure it's going to be like the first one, very campy, very action and gory.
Yeah.
A lot of good one-liners. So I'm ready for that one too. That one's going to be very interesting. I have not seen much for the Passenger movie until I think it was Monday. I saw something for it.
Oh?
Again, it looks interesting. I just have no idea what it's about.
I can look up a synopsis.
Okay, thank you. While you're doing that, The Strangers Chapter 3. I have this thing with home invasion movies. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Because I'm a very paranoid person. So when the original ones came out, that was like the scariest thing ever. Like when I was growing up, those were like the top scary movies. Like, oh my God. But it's because what made it even more scary is the first one was based on true events.
Ooh.
And I'd like to give you a fun fact, if I may.
Yeah.
When I was, I think, in elementary school, when we were stationed somewhere, we lived not too far from the city where it took place.
Oh, lovely.
Like the actual event. So whenever the trailer, because fun fact for young people, if you don't know, when you would buy DVDs, you would still have previews. And a common preview during that time when DVDs came out was The Strangers, Chapter 1. Or, not Chapter 1, that was the new one. The original Strangers, that trailer would come on all the time. And in my household, we were always told to skip it because it would freak my mom out all the time. And now that I'm older, they freak me out. So I have not seen The Strangers Chapter 2 because at some point I'm kind of like, they freak me out too much. I can't do it. So I probably won't see it, but
yeah,
I know a lot of people are excited to see how the chapter, quote, may end. But those movies just kind of freak me out. So I will not be watching that one, but I will be reading reviews and maybe watching some channels that react to movies for me.
Yeah. So I did find for The Passenger the synopsis here. Or kind of like a description. It's a supernatural horror film about a young couple who witness a fatal accident and then are stalked by a demonic entity that won't leave them alone.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm gone. What?
Nah, come on, watch it with me.
First of all, when you say it like that, I know something's wrong. Because
what do you mean? Nothing's wrong.
Because I don't know what it is. Whenever you and I are driving alone together, I feel like something freaky always happens. So I can just see it now. Us in the woods.
What? I have to pull it out. Give me 1 second.
Oh God.
I promise you it's worth it. I just recently started up a kind of like a scrapbook, like to remember our memories. I bring this up for a very specific reason. I don't know if you remember our last Tahoe trip. Of course you remember it. I'm an idiot.
I don't have dementia yet. Yeah.
We went and everything was fine. Everything was great. And then we went to, I think it was like Leaf Lake or something, like this little back area. And we took a bunch of pictures out there. And I have them all in this like little scrapbook. And all of them are normal. They're a little faded or like bright or something, which is like the one weird thing. But there's one photo in particular that you actually refused to take home with you. And I ended up taking it. And it's on like the second page. And it's this picture that we did not take.
Oh my God.
And there's nobody in it. It's like as if we took it by accident. But we took these photos on a Polaroid camera. So there's no way that we took it by accident. And it's just there. There's nobody in the photo. It's just like a random spot. And I don't even remember where we took this photo.
Because it didn't look like it didn't take it.
I know. Doesn't look like any of the areas that we walked through. Like it looks like this was taken off the path. And the only time that we went off the path was for that log, but that area was clear and had no trees. So what the fuck is this photo? And it's like the one weird one, and of course I put it like right in the middle of all the photos, because I actually put it in here, and it's still so strange. And I looked through it, maybe like trying to see if maybe one of us was hiding in the photo just to see how well we'd see each other, because I think we did that with the Bigfoot photos that we did. But this is not that. This is like, we did not take this photo. We don't know where this photo was taken, but this was not us.
Burn it.
Yeah,
Burn
exactly.
Burn it.
But I'm not gonna, because it's gonna stay in my memories book for life. And that was us together by ourselves. We didn't have anyone with us. It was just you and me. So who else could have taken the photo? Like, it's just, there's no way.
Thanks for bringing that back up.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, you're welcome.
Thanks. And then the last movie is one that also has been out for a little bit. It's The Mummy.
Yeah.
But not the Mummy we're thinking of.
No.
This one's also a very odd one in terms of like story. But also, as soon as I found out that it's basically a scary kid, I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Just one of my bugaboos in horror films. If it's surrounded by a spooky or possessed child, just I don't want it. Tell me this child is not literate. You're telling me this child comes back home to you like this, and you're just supposed to act natural. Oh, thank you.
Like, I'm good. Oh, good lord. Sorry, I'm looking at the passenger. Like, the trailer for it? That's scary. What the fuck?
Yeah, the synopsis was scary enough. I don't need to watch it.
There's, like, a whole thing with his winch. This reminds me of... There's, like, a road near me.
No, I don't want to hear it.
I'm gonna say it. It's I think it's the 8 Mile Road. And it's known for being very haunted. There's like a bunch of different people on it, and one of them is like a girl in a white dress, and like the whole thing is you don't pull over for her. And if you sit long enough on the side of the road, you can hear screams. But there's nobody out there on that stretch. So, who's screaming? And I've always wanted to go. And just see. I've seen videos of the 8 Mile stretch. Of the 8 Mile Road.
I'm telling you right now, I will hop out of that car while it is moving. I will tuck and roll, and I will walk that 8 mile back. I'm gonna make like Eminem and walk the 8 mile back down the road.
You know, I get it. I get it.
Well, since it is the year of horror movies, there are also another genre making its way through the concading world of film.
Uh-oh.
I think game-based movies are making a comeback this year.
Yeah.
I mean, like, well, you know, we're gonna count Backrooms as a game type movie. You know, why not? We'll do that.
Yeah.
We got Backrooms. If that Resident Evil's based on a game, we got Mortal Kombat 2. We got Street Fighter.
Iron Lung is in there. Iron Lung was a video game.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I almost forgot about that. I know you remember that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure there might be one or two we're also missing, but it looks like
the Super Mario movies.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. How did I forget about that one? But see, again, prove my point. Another game-based movie.
Yeah.
So I've noticed a trend that's seeming to be a more popular demand. So I wonder if what other games we're gonna see made into a movie.
I've seen a lot of, it's mostly action movies or horror movies getting made into into movies. And I've noticed kind of it, like, obviously Iron Lung, I don't need to bring that up again. I know that the Backrooms, I think there's gonna be a Morgue movie. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's the whole thing.
That has already come out.
Or the Mortuary Assistant. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that one also came out this year too. That's horror and a game-based movie.
Yeah. And there's going to be a lot, and I think a lot of them are horror based, but I think that's just because they're easier to make movies off of than the other ones, because these already have a storyline to them.
You know, a
just got to
game I
play
want
off
to
of that.
see made into a movie?
Which one?
Puppy's Playtime.
Oh my god. You know what? I actually have a really strong opinion on what game should be made into a movie, and this one is actually really close to my heart because like I cry a lot about this game, and I'm gonna go on a rant. I'm so sorry. Um, it is my favorite game of all time, Firewatch. And if you don't know what that is, it's about a man whose wife gets early onset dementia in her like early 40s, 30s. And this is, done in the past, I believe. I think I'm trying to think of like the years. Like when I in 1989. That's it. Yeah. And so he, in order to kind of get away from the stress of having basically lost his wife, he finds a job in this newspaper to go out and be a park ranger in the Shoshone. And he gets to go out there, and you make friends with your supervisor, who you can only talk to via walkie-talkie. And it unravels like a conspiracy theory, but it is, I think, quite literally just about the human experience.
Oh, sorry, I just like looked at I now remember this.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, by the way. Like, it is heart-wrenching, and like I'm tearing up a little bit because this is like one of my favorite games. It had an impact on me. I watched Markiplier play this game, and I remember thinking like how upsetting it was to have like that somebody could go through this. And it has like a lot of like real facts in it. Like you actually learn things in this game about like the Shoshone. Like they did interviews with people, and they did their fucking research. And it just so happens that while he's out there, someone breaks into his tower and tosses his typewriter out the window and starts to threaten him and kind of disrupt their lives. And eventually he finds like a clipboard with all of their conversations on it. That's, by the way, terrifying. Like, what the fuck?
That took a turn. Wait, that took a turn. Wait.
Yes, no, it's terrifying because it starts out as like so beautiful, and he's, going down. There's like some girls with fireworks that he's stopping, and he's, you get to roam the land, and then he goes out and I guess he's just tired. He says he's like tired of the food that they bring him, and so he's going out to fish, and she's like, I won't tell anyone you're a poacher or whatever. And then he gets out there and he finds somebody like left a clipboard by the lake, and he picks it up, and on it is all of his conversations with Delilah, which is his superior, who he talks to all the time. And he's like, somebody is listening in on us. How are they doing that? Like, somebody's hacking the walkie-talkies. I don't think they understand that's not how walkie-talkies worked back then, but like, it's pretty new. And he goes and he finds the walkie-talkie, and when he picks it up, somebody knocks him out and takes all of like his clipboard, his walkie-talkie, and they spend all this time looking for who did this. And they go basically nuts looking for him. And I'm going to spoil this. I'm so sorry. it ends up being that the last ranger that was in his tower had brought his kid out. And he took his kid cave diving, and his kid didn't set the hook right, and he fell and died in the bottom of the cave. And instead of going home to his wife or whoever to tell that the kid is, he just stayed in the Shoshone and was basically trying to get them off the trail of finding the body. And then he eventually burns the forest down in an attempt to hide this.
You know, that could be made into a really good movie.
Yeah, and it was so, and then like all this time that you're having like basically a relationship with Delilah, and then at the end you're like, you're not even close to being there, and she's like, you know, there's still one more, I'm gonna get on the helicopter, and he's like, no, please wait for me. And no matter what she says, whether she says yes, she'll wait for you, or no, she doesn't wait for you. She gets on that helicopter and leaves you there. So when you get there, she's not there. And they have to send somebody else to come get you. But he wanted to be there with her. And he doesn't get that. And it's really sad.
That just sounds horrible.
It was horrifying. I mean, you're terrified, and your only friend out in the middle of fucking nowhere, where you don't have any Wi-Fi or anything, leaves you in a smoke-filled area where you can barely see where you're going, and you just have to try and find your way around with a map. Because, by the way, you cannot tell where you're going in this game. You have to use a compass and a map to get around.
I think I'd be dead. I think I'd be dead.
I've played this game a couple hundred times. I revisit it every year, but I think it really does deserve its own movie. And there was one in the making, I think, but then Campo Santo, the company that made the game, sold off, and the game just like never got turned into a movie. But I feel like they should pick that back up again. Personally,
yeah, that'd be very interesting.
I need this to be a movie, or I'm just gonna play it over and over again until my heart doesn't hurt anymore when I play it.
Someone stop this cycle of madness, please. Help the poor boy.
Please. It's such a good game, and it deserves a movie.
Well, it looks like we're slowly getting some originality instead of remakes. So hopefully this trend keeps going. We don't keep stopping at all these stations. But speaking of horror, I thought we discussed our most grueling work stories. While nothing beats a well choreographed jump scare, there are real life horrors that can occur, and we have experienced a few of them. Now, we've all had our own experiences. I have a few tiny spooky ones, and then I have one horrifying one. But I don't know if you want to go first or...
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I have any like spooky ones, I'd say.
It doesn't have to be like spooky, but a few of mine just happen to be spooky.
Yeah.
But
so this is more like gross, I guess, rather than nightmare. And I feel like maybe I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna go in order of like least to worst. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about illness and bodily fluids, so apologize in advance. So I think working with animals has left me in a position where I could say I have more experience cleaning up feces than I do working with animals. Like, especially in a shelter environment, we get a lot of puppies. Puppies, cute, fluffy little things. They're so cute. Oh my god. Not when they're locked up in a kennel and the only place to go to the bathroom is in their kennel.
The floor.
And they all have like giardia. It was oh my god. This is I think one of my personal worst experiences, but I know that my coworker who actually gets paid to do this has had a worse experience with an adult dog doing this. And I have a photo, but I'm not going to show it because it is that gross.
Even I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So we had just gotten in, I think, 5 puppies, and they were all in one space. And at this point, we did not know that they had giardia. This is kind of new. It was just set in. So they had come down with the symptoms when they were already sent over. And it doesn't really matter because they're going to stay there, whether they have it or not. And I go in the back, and I'm thinking, everything's fine. I'm going to see the puppies. I'm going to clean them. And then I stopped dead in my tracks at the smell. It smelled like diarrhea.
Oh, God.
I turned that corner. And lo and behold, all 5 puppies had giardia and had the most liquid diarrhea. It looked like someone took chocolate milk and poured it on the floor. And it was seeping out underneath the crack. So it was like there for anyone to step in. And they were all playing in it, rolling in it. And I had to go in there and clean it up. So I'm walking in there, and the puppies are now jumping on me, getting their giardia shit all over my legs and my shirt. And I'm like, no, please. And so I had to call staff, and they had to come in, and they're like taking them back, and they have to bathe them. And we had to actually shut down that part of the kennel area so that we could spray down their like specific kennel because it was that bad. And that's like the least disgusting thing that's ever happened. And a lot of these is gonna be feces. I am so sorry.
What is with you and feces stories? I'm so.
Do you know how much dogs shit and like how many illnesses?
I do, but still, I feel like every time I have a story from you, it ends with feces.
I'm so sorry. This is, I think, the second to worst one that's ever happened. And I promise you the last one has nothing to do with poop, but this one does. We had just gotten in a dog, and her name was Popsicle. Popsicle was really cute until we noticed the bloody diarrhea that she was having in the back of her kennel. And by the time I had already went in there, they said that there is a chance that she has parvo. And if you don't know what that is, it's deadly dog illness. Like, this kills dogs. Like, it's curable and it's treatable, but if you don't get it in time, you're done. This is not something you want this dog to have. And so I'm now tasked with taking this dog out to the yard. So I leash up the dog and I go out, and everything seemed to be going okay. Because I'm like, this dog just pooped. There's no way that this dog is going to do it again. I was wrong. This dog turned away from me, went into poop, and then sprayed poop all over my shoes, my pant leg, the ground, and it was all bloody and gross.
I hope no one's eating. I should have put an advisory. I hope no one's eating. I'm so
you know
sorry.
What? We can edit it in. I'm so sorry. I did say in the beginning that these were really, really gross and that they had something to do with illness and bodily fluids. So I did say something.
You did. You did. And that's why I put my food down.
So sorry. This one isn't really about I guess poop. I promise it has nothing to do with it. But this is, I think, the worst thing. And this is very treatable, kennel cough. But kennel cough outbreaks are the worst. And while I was there, we had one of the worst kennel cough outbreaks. and it started where the main caretaker was actually gone to an animal convention where they talked about shelters, and she was kind of a there to to represent us. So I was left with all the idiots. So sorry if any of them are watching this. I apologize, but nobody knew what they were doing in that moment.
It is fair to say that there's a heavy lack of training, we'll say.
Yeah.
There was no guidance, and which reflected on how they performed certain activities.
Yeah. And I was I'm just a volunteer, mind you. My whole job is to walk the dogs and make sure that they go out and go potty and to clean them up. That is my job. My job is not to take care of sick animals, but I've been kind of tasked with it at this point.
Which says a lot about the place, that they basically made the volunteer do what the people who get paid to work there are supposed to do.
Yeah. And so I was with this guy. I'm going to call him Brad. I know his real name. I keep forgetting it, but I'm not going to say it just for privacy reasons. And then I think that same day, my friend was there, and we were already lagging behind. And we had, I think, 20-something dogs to do on our own, and there were only 3 of us. And we only have 2.5 hours to get all these dogs out, pottied, and cleaned up. And it's not a lot of time for 20-something dogs. And I'm walking around, and Brad comes up to me and he goes, Lucy is drooling really bad and is coughing. I'm like, what? So I run back there, and what I see is bloody snot pouring out this dog's nose. This dog can barely stand, and there's just drool pooling from her mouth. And she's a big Great Dane. And she's in the back kennels where she could expose everybody. And there's droplets of blood everywhere too, because she keeps sneezing. And this is the worst case of kennel cough I have ever seen. We should not have any dogs that have kennel cough. She should have these, by the way, most of our rooms that these dogs stay in are literal rooms. You can't stick your hands in there and pet them or spread any illness from these rooms because you can't pet them. The kennels where this dog is, by the way, this Great Dane, who shouldn't have been in there in the first place, is in an area where it's just bars, so people can stick their fingers through and pet her, and then take her snotty nose, all her grimy nastiness, and then spread it to the dog down the way, because kennel cough is spread through nose to nose contact or saliva. It is so bad. And so I call immediately. I said, I need a staff member over to Lucy's kennel right away. Something is wrong. And what I get is every staff member in the building showing up.
You basically called like a code black.
Yeah.
You basically called.
I'm like, she is so sick. So sick. And everyone was like, oh my god, she wasn't like this 5 minutes ago. That's not true, by the way. This doesn't just happen within 5 minutes. This happens like overnight. Like, I was here the day before. I know this dog didn't look like this. But I also know better to know that this does not happen in 5 minutes. This happens overnight. She probably started sneezing, and then she started having the bloody snot from sneezing too much. And then as the day went on, she probably got weaker and more tired, unable to drink or eat. And that's a problem. And I don't remember his name, but I'm going to call him Kevin. Kevin looks at me and says, oh yeah, she has kennel cough. I'm like, okay, why isn't there a sign or anything? Why is she here, by the way? Did you know that she had kennel cough? And he goes, yes. So we brought a sick dog to the adoption center who cannot be adopted out to then infect all the healthy dogs. And because of this one action, we ended up having an outbreak that was 30% of our dogs had a chance of getting it. The chance should be 3 or 4%. That is the usual, maybe 10 at the most. 30 is a full-blown emergency. That is not good. 30% of our dogs should not have kennel cough. And then that went up to like 40 to 50 later on. This was the worst outbreak of kennel cough that we had, that it sent our volunteers into panic, spotting everything that they did. Every dog that so much as sneezed wrong was, boom, put on kennel cough watch. These dogs had special yards. They had all this stuff that had to be done.
Yeah, for people who don't get how severe that is for dogs, it's like thinking back to when the pandemic was at its peak, and you're at the office and this coworker keeps sneezing and sniffling, and someone asks, is Jim okay? Oh yeah, Jim just has COVID. What?
Exactly.
Yeah, Jim has COVID. He came to work. Yeah. And then your whole office is infected. Like that's the version of kennel cough, we'll say, for people who don't. Because a lot of people think kennel cough is like, it's like a cold. Like, no, it's a lot more severe than just a cold.
Yeah. Imagine it's quite literally the doggy version of COVID. And you don't want your dog to get this. And it's mainly spread and the reason why it's called kennel cough is really just because it is more spread through the boarding facilities and shelters than anything else because of the kennels. Some dogs can sometimes jump up and touch, and if it's like a thin hallway, they just happen to come nose to nose or be next to each other, and that's it. It is that easy to pick it up. And personally, I've never had a dog come home with kennel cough. I've never had a dog get kennel cough on my watch. But at the shelter, it was so common that, we had like a list on the wall that said basically what to look out for. And it had to be paired with another symptom. But like people were always like, oh my god, this dog sneezed once. It's spring, guys. Like this is, by the way, right now in summertime is like usually when kennel cough comes to a head. It has its seasons like a cold or COVID does. So you don't want to come down with this. Not that you would, but it is not something you want for your pets.
No, it's pretty. It's again. It's the equivalent of, let's say, every baby in the NICU catches the same illness.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like, it's very fast spreading. It can affect everyone. You never know. It's very fat. Like, once one dog has it, it's likely multiple already have it but haven't shown any symptoms yet.
Yeah. And so having Lucy, which that was the dog's name, beautiful dog, by the way. I think I've shown pictures of her on the podcast before. I don't know if you remember when we talked about when, like, if we've ever broken a bone. I think that was our last podcast, was like, what are normal things that other people have done that we haven't? Yep. And it was like, we've never broken any bones, but I have fractured fractured my finger because Lucy actually fractured it.
Sweet Lucy. Spreading Lucy, diseases and fracturing fingers.
And like, I do have a video of her when she was at her sickest, but I won't show it because it is that disturbing to look at. I mean, it is like her snot is basically connected to the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty scary when you work with pets. Seeing dogs get to that state, it is quite a scary thing.
And especially, like, there are so many illnesses, you know, out there that dogs can get. And there's like 2, especially 3 technically, I guess if you count Parvo, that is like the red alarm goes off, like ding 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 ding, oh my god, we're screwed. So Parvo is kind of the big one. And then distemper is the second one because that has no cure. You have a dog with distemper, your whole shelter is done. Like, and then rabies. Now, we've never had a case of rabies to my knowledge, at our shelter in particular, but even a whisper of a dog possibly having it, it is over. There are no, and I will say this because I've had to study it now, because it is a zoonotic disease, which means it can spread from animal to people. There is no live rabies testing for animals. None. If your pet has it, it is, or even, sorry, if your pet has whispers of having it, your animal will be euthanized. This is, shelter work is like a nightmare and a half.
It really, I think a lot of people think, oh, you just get to interact with dogs all day and occasionally clean up. No, it is quite graphic and grueling.
Yeah, I remember when I did, because I did apply to work there, and I'm working with dogs that are on a hold, basically, a stray hold. And that stray hold involves rabies, just to see if maybe this dog is going to show symptoms. You know, there's a bunch of different holds that a dog can go on. And the rabies hold is the most important. Because you want to make sure that this animal that you are bringing into your shelter does not have something that you or somebody else is going to get if it bites you. And right now is not the time you want to get rabies or any zoonotic disease for that matter. It is, shelter work is grueling and it's hard. And I think that a lot, like you said, a lot of people think it's, oh, we play with puppies all day, or, you know, especially like in vet work too, it's the same thing. Oh, you get to play with animals all day. No. No. You know what? Like, half of my training right now in my school is crazy. Like, you're learning how to basically use devices to save yourself and to help this animal in a very fear-free environment. But the problem is that, you know, there's a good chance you could get bit or attacked or something. You are putting yourself at a risk to see and be a part of things that are really sad and upsetting.
And you don't get paid a lot for it.
No, and most of the people that come in don't listen to you. So
yeah, I think people think vet techs and veterinarians are kind of like
money hungry.
Well, I think they also think it's like doctors, like medical doctors, like, oh, you make a bunch of money. Like, no.
No, like, I'm sorry, I don't get paid $17 an hour to be doing what I do.
I don't make 100 to 200 grand a year doing a specialty. Like, no.
Like, I'm sorry, but like doing what we do is grueling and it's hard. It's not easy. I'm not at that point yet where I have a job in a veterinary area, but just being a volunteer where people come up to you and ask you questions like this, and it's like you have to direct them to people that know better, but it doesn't matter because I'm working with sick animals and working with animals that are reactive, and that's like the worst part is being in with an animal that is reactive.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it happen. I've been bit. It's not fun. It is not easy to do that, and especially when you know that animal's life is on the line. You have to be careful in how you approach these animals in a shelter environment. It's loud, it's scary, and they don't want to be near you.
Yeah, if a person attacks you, they could go to jail or even prison. If a dog attacks you, they can sometimes be euthanized depending on how severe the cases are.
Yeah.
So it's a very testy thing that you have to do in that environment.
Yeah. And it's very breed dependent too. If like a little chihuahua attacks you, nothing's gonna happen to you.
Oh, they're feisty. They're just sassy dog breeds.
Yeah. And if it's maybe like even a golden retriever would probably be more lenient than I would say, a pit bull. It could be the smallest little nip with a pity, and it's like game over for that.
Oh, dangerous breed.
There was a case actually. I think 5 minutes down the road from me, back in 2006, 2008. I couldn't tell you. 3 pit bulls got loose from a yard, 2 of which brutally attacked somebody. One of which had been standing in the distance, terrified. And the 2 that had attacked obviously have been euthanized, but they were going to euthanize this dog that didn't do anything either, just because he was part of the same household. And a rescue came in and fought for him. And it was nuts because this dog ended up being on parole, basically. Like, he had a court order that he couldn't be adopted because he was deemed a dangerous dog. And until he lived out his sentence, basically in this rescue, he couldn't be adopted by anybody. And he could only be taken care of by like 2 people. He couldn't be taken care of by any of the actual employees because if you don't know who this woman is, Tia Torres, love her. Pit bulls and parolees. The people that were working there were also parolees. They didn't want any of the parolees touching this dog. That's nuts to me. That this dog who did nothing for years got stuck somewhere. He didn't have to be.
I mean, I've been attacked by so many different dog breeds in working in a dog daycare, a kennel, then I've never ever been aggressively attacked or given a warning by any kind of like pit bull breed.
Yeah.
Any other breed, yes, but never that.
And it's crazy because they're listed as like one of like the number 1 family dogs or like friendliest dogs. that you could possibly have. But people don't see it that way. People are terrified of this breed that did nothing.
Well, it's the same thing with kids. If you raise your kids right, 95% of the time they come out all right. It's the same with dogs. If you raise a dog to be a fighter or have no social skills, what do you think is going to happen?
Exactly.
Now,
anyways,
you and I have both had our fair share of working with animals. I worked as a grooming assistant at a vet clinic, so I kind of saw both sides of like vet clinic and grooming and how that world works.
Yeah.
Then I also worked at a dog daycare and boarding center. So, there's always scares with that. Sometimes dogs don't get along. Sometimes there's like little mini fights that happen. You kind of have to step in, stuff like that. I would say my not only worst work experience, but also the most horrifying moment of my life, up to now, I would say, is when I worked at this. I'm gonna try to be careful because I don't want to call them out, even though I technically can, because they definitely did not treat us employees right. But I'm just gonna say it was a place where it had dog daycare, it had boarding, and also had grooming. So it was a pretty large center.
Yeah.
And I was originally hired to be a grooming assistant there. And then the guy who hired me asked, would you be okay with multi-training, which meant training in the back and before I go like up to the grooming, so I kind of know how the back works.
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of the grooming dogs you would have to go get from the kennel portion or like the rooms portion, we'll say. Whether it was like daycare dogs or dogs that were day boarding or boarding dogs in general. So I'm like, yeah, I'll multi-train. I don't mind doing that. So the manager that hired me specifically for grooming assistant. But of course, I spent 2 weeks training in the back. I kind of got my feel around the environment. I got to know everyone. If I ever had to go to someone, I got to know all the leads very personally, so I knew who to go to if I needed help.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the manager that hired me was let go. Oh. I'm not going to get into what he did, but apparently there's a lot of stuff that he did that was harassment and belittling people and being inappropriate.
Oh, lovely.
So I was finally in the grooming area. I got to know the girls very well. We had a lovely thing going on back there. I was having so much fun. I enjoyed coming into work every day. And then we got our new manager. Now, I will say this about her. At first, she was very, very friendly, very active in her role as a manager, and ready to kind of jump in head first, which is kind of what the place needed. Unfortunately, she came in one day and asked if I would shadow the front desk. Because at that time, we also had an employee who was about to have a baby.
Yeah.
And when she had her baby, she was going to move somewhere. So I was kind of helping her a bit because obviously she was practically 9 months pregnant. So I was kind of doing a lot of the laboring stuff for her, like taking the dogs back, putting their stuff away, kind of doing the stuff that she didn't have to leave the desk for. Well, the manager eventually put me as a receptionist. And she told me it was a temporary thing. And I thought, okay, well, the grooming portion of the place started getting upset because I was hired to help them and now I was taken away.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I asked for the position. I didn't want to be up front.
Yeah.
But I kind of learned quickly, I'm never going to go back there, am I? Nope, I'm not. So I basically had no training up front. I kind of had to learn on the way, and I had to rely so much on my one coworker and I missed her all the time, but I felt so bad that I had to ask her so many questions throughout the day. And I also want to point out this place was very understaffed.
Yeah.
The work environment was so bad that people were quitting left and right, or people weren't showing up. And we were one of the largest facilities. So it was a lot of pressure every day because you never knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
And I was starting to get to the groove of things, but I was also, not enjoying myself at work anymore. And you can have opinions about this however you like. I get some people are against this. Some people are like, I don't see a problem with it. We had a tagging system, which means when a dog comes in for like day boarding or boarding in general, we have a list on their profile in the system that will let you know, like, hey, they're dog aggressive. Hey, they're food aggressive. Hey, they're lead aggressive. Hey, they don't like men, or they're shy, or like, hey, don't give them water because they're gonna, stuff like that. Like, kind of lets you know what kind of dog they are.
Yeah.
And we had some dogs that would come in for like day boarding, which day boarding basically means they're dogs that come in for the day, but they are not allowed into daycare.
Oh.
So they have their own room, and a lot of times they have what's called solo play. So a kennel attendant will have scheduled playtime with them because they either are too shy for daycare or they're too aggressive. Okay. So we still offer them, people a chance to let their dogs, some people have work, some people want their dog to socialize, which is fine. Here's where things kind of go downhill. We are supposed to record every incident that happens. Even if it's the tiniest thing, like, oh, he kind of just nipped at me, but you have to record it.
Yeah.
There would be some seasons where we would be so booked that sometimes you would forget to write something.
Yeah.
We would literally be buried in work, and we kind of were not feeling supported.
Yeah.
So there was this dog. I honest to God don't remember his name, but he was an Irish Wolfhound.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know, they're one of the largest dog breeds.
Yeah.
I think he was about 1. He was still a puppy, but he was bigger than me. Even on all fours, he was to my head. So imagine how tall he was standing up. I'm only 5'1", mind you. So to me, he's a giant even as a puppy. Like, he was at my head just on all fours.
Yeah.
So he was a very special case. He would sometimes be allowed to daycare. Sometimes he would have to do day boarding. Well, I guess there was an incident, so he finally got transitioned to day boarding. Well, on his profile, there wasn't anything about human aggression.
Uh-oh. I see where this is going. And I'm not liking it.
I don't know if I ever told you this story. I don't know. I can't remember now. I barely told people when this happened because I was so scared. I was familiar with this dog. It wasn't like, oh, it's my first time seeing you. We have gotten into a routine, him and I, that he knew me. Like, he knows me. I'm not a stranger. He's used to this routine coming in now, going to a room. So it's a normal day. Dad drops him off. I'm like, hey, buddy. He's loving on me. I'm loving on him back. It's a bit chaotic in the front, so I take him straight back to his room. Yeah. Keep in mind, we have no manager on duty. There's only one person up front with me, and there's only 3 people in the kennel back with a full, there's no open rooms. We're packed that day. And keep in mind, some rooms have siblings in it, so there could be 2 to 3 dogs in each room too.
Yeah.
So I go take him back, and I don't have a picture of how the rooms are, but the front of the rooms are these kind of I don't know what to call them. It's kind of like I don't even remember now. It's been so long. It's like a square door that you can just let the dogs go into.
Okay.
Um,
like a gate almost.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Is it like chain link, like a kennel almost, like a kennel door?
It is, but it's not. It's like a weird hybrid.
Okay.
But on the back of the rooms, it's a tall cage, so like it's a cage basically.
Yeah.
But it goes all the way up to almost the ceiling. And there's a large door that a full human can walk into, basically.
Okay.
Now, I already know he's a dog reactive dog now. I don't know what happened to him, his behavior. Well, there's a dog across from his room that was very, very noisy. And the dog next to him was kind of barky. So I knew if I took him to the front, he would get reactive.
Yeah.
So I'm already trying to de-escalate a situation. So I take him in the back. Now, whenever we put a dog in a room, we have to take their collar off, their harness, everything. We give them our own tags to put on, kind of like those paper plastic ones you put on their neck.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they can get caught in it. A dog can latch onto it.
Like a breakaway.
Exactly. So he has a harness because he's a big boy. And he has a collar. So I'm taking his stuff off, and he's sitting down for me. And I kind of notice his hair's kind of standing up a bit. So I'm thinking, oh, he might be getting stressed because it's very noisy that day. Every room's full. There's dogs barking everywhere. And I kind of look at his face when I go take his collar off. So I'm like close to his mouth.
Yeah.
And all I hear is, oh. And I'm like, buddy, you okay? Without warning, my entire right hand goes in his mouth. And he pulls me down.
Holy shit.
And he's shaking my arm. Kind of think of a shark when it bites into something, how it shakes. That's what he's doing to me.
Yeah.
So I'm basically getting pulled to the ground because he's super strong. And I'm really short compared to him.
Yeah.
And he's not letting go. Oh. And I'm kind of in a state of shock. So I'm kind of just sitting there watching it happen. And I don't realize what's happening until I see his mouth is red and there's just blood dripping down my arm.
Holy shit.
And then I kind of start to realize, oh, he's really biting me. Like, it's really happening. And then he finally lets go. Well, I go to turn around to get out. I don't realize the door behind me shut closed, like locked.
Oh, crap.
So you have to unhook the door from when you enter. So I basically am trying to squeeze my hand through to lift the latch open. Well, unknown to me, he grabs my left hand and does the same thing, pulls me down. And
oh my god.
At some point, I didn't know this till 2 days after this accident, he somehow scratched up my torso.
Oh my god.
I don't know if the scar's still there or not, but I didn't feel that he scratched me. But I felt bad. I kind of realized, oh my god, like, I've never been in this situation before. I really don't want to hurt this dog, but this entire room's covered in blood. All the dog's barking is not helping his behavior at this moment, and he's not letting me go, and I can't get out of the room.
Yeah.
So I felt bad, but I literally had to Spartan kick his chest.
Yeah.
To get him off of me. So it kind of surprised him, so he fell back a bit, and I kind of used that to get out.
Yeah.
So I think because my hands were covered in so much blood, I was able to kind of squeeze my hand through easily.
Yeah.
And I was able to get out. Now, I still don't know what's happening. Like, I'm still in denial. And I'm kind of looking around like, I think I need help. And there's no one around.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I can't go to the front. There's customers. And I'm covered in blood everywhere. Like my face, my shirt, my pants, my shoe, everything's covered in my blood. I can't go up front, it's gonna freak people out.
Yeah.
So I run to the back where there's this section where we do laundry, we have all like the feeding bowls and stuff, and where we wash dishes. So I run there and I'm like, I don't know where anyone is. We have no manager. I don't see anyone around here. So it wasn't the most sanitary thing, but in the moment, I'm trying to stop the bleeding because I've covered this entire place in blood.
Yeah.
I grab a towel. I start wrapping my hands. And the one daycare worker comes around the corner. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I think I just got attacked." And then my one coworker up front kind of noticed I was taking a while. So she came back and she looks like she's seeing death himself. She's like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I put my hands under the sink for a minute. And they're like, "You need to go to urgent care." And I'm like, I can't feel my hands. I can't drive. So I wrapped my hands up in paper towels, and my one coworker was nice enough to drive me.
Oh my God.
And I'm still kind of sitting there like, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
So I go to urgent care, and I had to get some stitches in my right hand. My left hand wasn't too bad, thankfully, because I don't think he got a good grip.
Yeah.
But my right hand was really, really bad. I'm not going to show pictures because it's really bad. But
yeah,
I was out of work for a week.
Holy shit.
And I have 3 really deep scars still on my hand. And luckily, he didn't break any bones. But to this day, I still have trouble with my hand.
Yeah.
And I have to go back in soon to my doctor because I've noticed how weak my hand is.
Yeah.
And how painful doing some stuff is. And like my hand kind of gives out.
Yeah.
So I probably have some muscle damage.
Why have I never heard this story?
I thought I told you. I think I probably didn't. I'm so sorry. And this is the worst part. This is where I kind of realize this workplace is not safe.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I have to. The doctor said you cannot work for 7 days. I said okay. My manager had me write an email of what happened.
Oh my God.
And I asked her. I begged. And I don't beg to like jobs. I begged her, please. I don't feel safe. Can I please go back to working in the grooming section? And she says, I'll let your first day back be with the groomers. And she did. But after that day, she never let me go back. She made me go back up front. And this is where my fear and sadness turned into anger. I found out from my one coworker that drove me and from someone in the grooming room that this dog has attacked people before, but it was never recorded.
What?
If it would have been on his profile, or if I would have known,
it would have never happened.
It would have never happened. I found out that he didn't go back to day boarding because he not only attacked a dog, but because he went after a person.
Oh my God. What the fuck? What the hell? First off,
you would think that's when I left. No, I stayed for a few more months, or a month and a half.
Oh my God.
It wasn't until they tried framing me for something I didn't do and threatened to fire me over something that I decided to leave. So that is not only one of the scariest moments of my life, but one of my worst work experiences ever.
Oh my God.
So yes, I have permanent damage to my hand. I unfortunately have developed a fear, I wouldn't say a phobia of dogs, but I'm very, very wary of dogs now. I'm very sensitive when I see dogs barking. I flinch. If a dog isn't well behaved, I prefer not to be around them. It's just something that, when you're trapped literally in a cage with an animal that's trying to hurt you, it does something to you.
Yeah.
And then finding out that it could have been avoided kind of makes it hurt more.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised I didn't know this, but...
And soon after I got attacked, one of my coworkers also got viciously attacked by an Akita who was known to hurt people but was not always reported. So
it's always... I don't want to sound like one of those people like, it's always the Pipples, but the Akitas have been known.
Oh no, they are very, very vicious. Yeah. So, needless to say, we have both experienced some of the worst jobs ever.
Yeah. Jesus.
But thankfully, next week will be more peaceful and perhaps even humorous. We will be discussing why we don't go to anime conventions anymore. Dun dun dun. So hopefully that will be a more pleasant experience in this one.
Yeah.
All right, but we will see you all next week.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo, keep your hands out of dogs' mouths.